Yeah, Clay, Justin Fields went down in the Michigan game, and all of Buckeye Nation had a bit of a scare. But Justin said earlier this week that he never really gets scared when it comes to football games. He just kind of expects it. But also, you guys, he said that he was prepared. He's been practicing with a brace on. There was a smaller one and a larger one. Justin did confirm that he'll be in the larger brace today.
And you know what? You've watched a lot of football. Tell me, what do you see as Ohio State's potential Achilles heel, if any?
Zero.
Zero.
It's the best team in the country. Yeah, they're that good. They're the best team in the country. Not only are they mashers, maulers, brawlers, but they're cerebral. They're upstairs with it. They know where to be. They play with focus, discipline, speed, anger, violence, all the beautiful things that make this game great.
Well, Gus, we don't want to rub salt in the wound. You are a stylish guy. You're one of the best broadcasters.
Not as stylish as you, bro.
I'm trying.
Life
man.
must be good in Columbus, son.
Quickly, where'd you get your style? Where did the bombastic Gus come from?
From the great state of Michigan.
Oh, wow. You got us back there.
Remember that?
Man. Wow.
I'm undefeated.
The Buckeyes do have a secret weapon that Indiana didn't have when it comes to stopping quarterback runs. Actually, take us through this play here.
Okay, so Rodney and Ben, you set this up perfectly because, yes, Sean Clifford can run the football. 60% completion percentage, which is not bad. He's also the kind of quarterback that he can throw the ball downfield. He has a strong arm. But when it comes crunch time and you see this coverage and you look up and you go, they got 3 deep coverage right now. Oh, look, there's a little bit of a zone blitz. What's the biggest issue right now? All of the defenders have lost sight of who? The quarterback. So as the rush comes on, Clifford does what a lot of young quarterbacks naturally do when there's no one downfield to throw to. They take off. And he takes off right into the teeth of the defense. So we can run that back. I want everyone to see how this opens up. You got a blitzer coming off the edge here. He gets picked up. The offensive line does a fantastic job clearing things out. The defensive backs now, because there's so much depth, they're almost behind the line of the first down marker. And as they continue to back up, all he sees is coverage, 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 coverage. No one's around. Oh, but look right here. This is called a running lane or a passing lane. But in this case, he's going to take full advantage of this running lane. And all of the Indiana defenders are late to the party. First down. That's on 3rd and 9, Rodney. When it's 3rd and 9, you have got to get off the field if you're a defense. They did not. He's the kind of quarterback, he can kill you in that situation. But don't worry.
Yes.
Don't worry. Fear not, Buckeye fans. Number 2 is back, and Chase Young neutralizes that entire situation.
And that takes us right into the Atlas Butler checkup as we look into the 2 best running backs in the Big Ten Conference. Jonathan Taylor and J.K. Dobbins were both first team All Big Ten, but Taylor got the nod as running back of the year. Taylor has the lead in yards at 1,761 yards and 20 touchdowns. Dobbins, of course, is not too far behind at 1,657 yards and 19 touchdowns. Dobbins has 29 less carries, and as you know, he sat on the bench during the second half of a number of games this year. In the Honda Drive to the championship, the Buckeyes have a history of handling Wisconsin in the Big Ten championship. 5 years ago, no Braxton Miller, no J.T. Barrett, no problem. Ohio State turning to 3rd-string quarterback Cardale Jones, and a legend was born. Cardale threw for 3 touchdowns, all to Devin Smith. Ezekiel Elliott added 2 more touchdowns, including an 81-yard run in the first quarter. OSU won 59-0 and would go on to win the national championship. And in 2017, Wisconsin came into the game with a perfect record and 4th in the playoff rankings. But Ohio State played the role of spoiler in this one. J.T. Barrett started the scoring with an 84-yard TD pass to Terry McLaurin. He added another long touchdown throw to Paris Campbell. J.K. Dobbins was named the MVP of the game. OSU won 27-21, ending Wisconsin's hopes of a national title. And that brings us to the Subway Food for Thought this evening. This week, Ohio State started their Heisman campaign for 3 of their stars with this tweet right here. Take a look at this. As you can see, they refer to J.K. Dobbins, Justin Fields, and Chase Young as Heisman. How about that?
Three's company.
Yeah, and there's good reason for Ohio State to promote all 3. Now, we've been showing you the Athletics Heisman straw poll for the last few weeks now, and take a look at this latest poll here. Former Buckeye Joe Burrow is still by far the favorite. Right behind him is Justin Fields, and then Chase Young is back in 3rd place. Oklahoma's Jalen Hurts is 4th, and J.K. Dobbins is in at number 5. Now, let's take a look at these contenders here. Chase Young has been referred to by many people around the sport as the best player in college football. He ranks #1 in the country with 16.5 sacks. Now that's a new single-season record at Ohio State. And of course, don't forget that he missed 2 games of the season. And he also leads the nation in tackles for loss per game at almost 2 a game. And then there's Justin Fields. He's the quarterback for the top team in college football, and many years, of course, that's enough. But check out these stats. 37 touchdowns passed, and he has just 1 interception. He's responsible for 47 touchdowns this year and could pass that record set by Dwayne Haskins just last year. And how about J.K. Dobbins? 4 times this season, he's faced what's considered a great run defense. In those games, he's averaging 175 yards a game, and he has scored 9 touchdowns against Michigan, Penn State, this team tonight, Wisconsin, and Michigan. Dobbins is now the 2nd leading rusher for a career at Ohio State.
The cool thing about Ohio State is there's just so much talent, right? Yeah. So when you have this much talent, it's hard to really single out one guy and say, that's the guy that Ohio State could not do without. Because imagine taking away J.K. Dobbins. Yeah. We'd be in trouble, right? Take away Justin Fields. We'd be in trouble. But you take away Chase Young. That is the best player in college football.
I wasn't surprised when we found out we was going to play him. I know they're going to, come out, just because we beat them, they're going to come out even tougher and even more intense game. So we just got to match it.
Last week, Michigan had you very well covered, sometimes 2, 3 guys on you. Some media outlets are saying that might have exposed the blueprint as to how to cover you. Is there a cheat code?
We're going to see. We're going to see this weekend, what we have, if teams try to do that. So I wouldn't say nothing too soon.
Finally, we always like to do some rapid-fire questions. Think you're ready?
Probably not.
We'll test the mental game here, okay? What's your worst habit?
Not tying my shoes.
Funniest guy on the team?
Teron Vincent.
What's one thing you couldn't live without for a week?
My phone.
What's the biggest pet peeve of yours?
Cigarette smoke.
And who's your favorite sports reporter? Come on.
Stephanie.
Thanks, Chase. We'll send it back to you guys.
All right, thank you. Great stuff there, Stephanie.
I thought he would have said one thing you can't live without, the blonde dreads.
There you go. I'll tell you what.
That's what I would have said.
You never know. I could see him in one of those, shampoo commercials.
Right,
here
him
pretty
and
soon.
Palomalu.
And a good evening to you, and welcome to State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona. Just the 4th ever meeting between these two superpowers, Ohio State and Clemson, and the Buckeyes looking for their first win ever in this series tomorrow night. This place, this area, the Valley of the Sun, the Fiesta Bowl, has really become a home away from home for Ohio State. This is their 9th trip to the Fiesta Bowl. Now, most of that success occurred at Sun Devil Stadium here in Tempe, where they went 4-1. They lost to Penn State in 1980. Then they ripped off 4 straight wins, including that magical 2002 national championship win. Now the venue moved here to Glendale. The Bucs 1-2 here. They beat Notre Dame in 2016, but lost to Clemson in the playoff semifinals. You've been linked to every dang coaching vacancy, the National Football League. You told me here, I think 3 years ago, that the Browns had contacted you at some point. Yes, you did.
I didn't say the Browns.
Okay. Oh, okay. I stand corrected. So how would that play if someone called you again, Coach?
Oh, I don't know. I was really concerned this summer about not liking what I'm doing, not enjoying, but Fox has been over the top. I don't like my team. I love our team. I love Reggie Bush and Leinart and Stoner and Brady Quinn. So haven't made any decisions, but
you haven't ruled it out because you say, well, I think.
Yeah, it's. I think that's between myself and our family and other variables that I just got to make sure. But
fair enough. You were let go here, and when they had the press conference to announce your departure, you were there. That said a lot to me. Why were you there, Thad?
Well, I think that when Gene and I met it was a situation where we both sort of knew what we wanted to do. And, I told him, I said, look, I can disappear for 2 months, or I'll be there tomorrow if you want me to. And they said, hey, we'd like for you to be there. And quite honestly, Clay, I think just from the standpoint of what we accomplished here in 13 years, I'm never going to look back and regret anything.
So it wasn't a funeral, it was more of a celebration, perhaps.
Yes, exactly right.
Michigan State's known for having guys that'll hit you in the mouth. This was the perfect level test, and another guy that helped pass the test was number 2, Chase Young.
Paid a little bit of a physical price for this win tonight. Is this the kind of game that you've been looking forward to or wanting?
Yeah, definitely. Come out. Our whole motto this week was toughness. We knew Michigan State was gonna come out, play a real tough game, and if you look at the film, I think we played pretty good. I think we played pretty tough, so we got that goal accomplished. But it was definitely a good test for me. But as you see, if you do that, everybody else gonna get off. So one man need, we all need. So hopefully everybody just keep doing that. And let Baron Browning keep getting some sacks.
The guys are saying they're really feeling it this week. How physical was this game for you?
It was cool.
All right, Chase Young speaking there. Let's go over to one of the stars of the game, J.K. Dobbins.
Do we get into an environment like this?
Yeah.
I mean, experiencing it now?
Yeah, it's a great experience, so I love it here.
What kind of things are you going to do? You guys get a break off, a bye week. What are some of the things that you're going to do to kind of get your body rejuvenated?
Just getting that treatment.
Top of the day to you. Clay Hall alongside the former linebacker, Obi Stillwell. You got tense right there. I like that.
Yeah, ready.
And
hitting me like that. I'm fragile.
And the former quarterback, Jay-Z's Justin Twig. So it's not a top 10 matchup anymore. Has the air been let out?
You know what? I'd say absolutely not. I mean, Ohio State still has the goals. They want to win the Big Ten. They want to make it to the playoffs. They want to win the national championship. I don't think anything changes because of the record of Wisconsin.
Yeah, the air better not have been let out of this game. Wisconsin's coming in here with a lot to prove. They had a fluke loss last week, down to the wire. It's still a top 10 matchup in my opinion. That game is what it is.
Yeah.
A lot of people may think, hey, well, they lost to Illinois team that's not very good. They're not very good. No, they're good. They're going to come in here with a lot to prove today.
Yeah, it's still going to be a battle, and you could feel it this morning just moments ago at the Skull session.
It's going to take everyone in this arena to win this game. The players, the coaches, and most importantly, all you guys, Buckeye Nation. They've come looking for redemption for what happened to them last week. Well, they're not going to find it here in Columbus, Ohio.
I hope it's raining sideways. I hope it's ugly. I hope it's grimy. Because we're going to find a way to win this game. Fight on 3. 1, 2, 3, 5.
All right, Edward George. They say Ohio State might have 3 Heisman candidates. You got J.K., you got Justin, you got Chase Young. Who are you going to vote for?
Oh, man. That's a tough one. All 3 guys are deserving at this point.
So you're playing the politician over there.
I'm playing. Hey, you know what? I'm being honest.
Hard.
I'm being honest.
So
let me ask you a question.
Go right ahead.
Who would you vote for? Do you have a vote?
I do not.
Okay. But if you did, who would you vote for?
I would vote for Chase Young. Mm-hmm. The problem is the vote would go to waste. And welcome back to the football fever. Chase Young returns. The man they call the Apex Predator is back. And that's not good news for the Penn State Nittany Lions as number 2 back in the house after a 2-game suspension. This is interesting. You got Urban against Hervey, I think. I mean, they really are competing. It's the battle of the network stars is what I call it. The longtime voice of ESPN's College Game Day kind of going head-to-head not only with us, but Urban's Big Noon Fox show. I caught up with both of them this week.
Press coverage, we do something called a triple release, in, out.
Urban Meyer is the hot new TV talent giving Fox Sports' Big Noon show an anchor with national championship credentials. Is there a broadcast equivalent of 4 to 6 seconds A to B?
Absolutely there is.
There is?
And that is, I push these guys and they're players, so they like to be pushed. And I guess the thing I appreciate out of everybody is they all want to get better.
He's still coaching.
Oh, there's no doubt he's still coaching us. And I think he likes his team. I think he likes, myself, Matt, and Reggie, and as well as Rob, obviously. So yeah.
Meyer has always enjoyed a challenge, the thrill of competition, as he tried to whip the Fox team into shape.
I'm very biased, but as far as knowledgeable, relevant conversation about college football, this is it.
Would you enjoy beating game day more?
They got a 25-year head start, and we have, I know those guys. They're great, and they're all good friends, and they're really good at what they do.
I wish those guys all the best, and hopefully they're doing a good job. And I'm not sitting here like, down with those guys. I wish them all the best. We'll continue to do our thing. Our ratings have never been better.